Hello, Sawubona Mbukeli. Welcome to this week's exciting installment of your favorite program, Ilungelo Lakho. It's your right. Uhlelo ke uyazi nawe lukulethela konke phela okuthinta wena namalungelo akho phela njengomthengi walapha eNingizimu Afrika. Uhlelo nowakajali umntwana ngithi nje sawubona Mbukeli. Uyazi ke sihlale sizwa njalo ngempumelelo abantu abayenza phela ngokuthi betshale imali kuma business ezindlu phecelezi lento abayibiza ama property investments ngesingisi. Noma kunjalo ke Mbukeli ibhizinisi le property lidinga uzifundise kakhulu ngalo ngoba phela kuningi okungahamba kabi. Asingabe sisamosha isikhathi asingene shiqe dabeni lethu namhlanje. Yes, Mbukeli, with all the rosy stories of success, property investment is or actually requires a lot of diligence, good advice, as well as timing, just among other things. Thato Ramaidi, the CEO of Property Practitioners Regulatory Authority, says currently that moment is very ripe. Asmuzu Gututin.
Currently, it's a buyer's market. And I think we can attribute that to the interest rates that the Reserve Bank dropped the beginning of the year by another 5 basis points. So currently buyers that are coming into the market, they are coming in at a prime lending rate of 11%. So obviously that is attractive to buyers, and we'll see that the numbers are going up. But most people who are buying first-time home buyers, so those numbers are continuing to go up. They are on an upward trajectory, especially in the areas such as Midrand. According to the recent Midrand town report, just in 2024, in Midrand, just under 5,000 properties were closed. So those are the transactions that we're able to register at the deeds office. So for me, that means that the market is still booming, Gauteng in particular, as well as the Western Cape. And we see that as well in the rental space. Landlords in the Western Cape and Gauteng are still, smiling all the way to the bank because we're still seeing an influx of tenants in those areas.
All right, Mbukeli, izivakasho zethu ke zikhona la e-studio phela ukuthi zisicacisele kabanzi ngolwazi. Asamukele ke la e-studio uBut Gavin Mkhabela. Yena ke onguchwepheshe kumkhakha webusiness phela lezindlu phecelezi, he's an investment specialist. Siphinde sibe naye uDr Mavis Mazura. Yes, ngisamkhumbula Mbukeli. Yena ke ongusoscience wozokuziphatha phecelezi a behavioral scientist or specialist. But Kevin, let's start with you. Koneng of introduce Agatus Mavis. Kunjan, but Kevin, welcome to Ilungelo Lakho baba.
Siyaphila unjani?
Siyaphila kakhulu. Awusicacisele nje kancane ukuthi masikhuluma ngelokhuzana ngeGev Show International. Nisebenzani lapha? Mina ngihambile ngawulibheka ipage leni so mina ngiyakwazi but umbukele ekhaya uthi nisebenza kumuphi umkhakha.
All right. So iGev Show International, we are actually a property investment company. We are registered with the PPRA, but kunama side out too, whereby we have the investor side. So this is where umuntu uzakiti ati Kevin, I want to start a business, a property. So meaning that you want to buy a property, but then you are renter out. And then we have what we call the end user. Then it's somebody that actually just buys a property to live in that property. But we are also a one-stop shop because we also have accountants, we have debt counselors, we have financial planners, we even have life coaches and psychologists that we work with because we realize that investment is a psychological thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we are one-stop shop, yeah.
Absolutely. Siyabonga kakhulu but Gavin, which is why we brought a behavioral specialist, Sis Mavis. Bebemazi ngosis Mavis ureke manje use uDr Mavis Mazura. So Dr. Mavis, it's great to have you with us. Look, awusicacisele wena njengoba esho Gavin ukuthi ama investments, they actually require a lot of psychological as well as emotional understanding as well as education.
Right. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. Yes, you all know that 80% of our behavior or financial behavior is driven by how we feel.
True.
But not just how we feel now. Some of us come with a you know, residual emotions from the past, how we saw our parents, you know, deal with money, how we were, you know, sort of formalized or trained around money. So yes, it definitely is psychological. So we definitely have to delve into the psychological aspects of investing.
Okay, so Kevin, very strategically, asiqale right from the bottom. Mesikhuluma nge-property investment.
Yeah.
Sikhuluma ngamuphi umkhakha, kwenziwani kulowo mkhakha?
So property investment, as I said, it's basically where you decide ukuthi ufuna ukuyenzani. You know, you want to start a business, obviously. And there are two sides to the coin. There is the income side, which we think imali every month.
Yebo.
And then there's what we call capital appreciation.
Okay.
So I normally like to use ama-jargons because, hey, kunama scammers out there.
Yeah,
And
but
bakushaya ngalawo magama. So basically, capital appreciation is where I can ngithenge indlu, maybe let's say for 500,000. Then this property then appreciates in value, which would iyakhula in value.
Okay.
Let's say to 700,000. Technically, you now have a capital. So Leo Capital, if let's say you're taking a bank, you can then refinance it, go back to the bank and say, bona, initially unginikeze 500, but now it's 700,000. Ngicela le 200,000.
Okay.
So then you borrow against that appreciation. Then bazokunikeza cash, and then you can buy a flat.
Okay.
And then rent it out, for example.
Okay.
And then cash flow, obviously, is where like, utoli income from our tenants on a monthly basis. Yeah.
And then, Sis Mavis, let's talk about the key personal as well as financial considerations before going this investment route.
Right, so I think each individual has to assess their readiness. Are you ready? Do you have the capital, as we were talking about? What is your risk tolerance? Do you have a financial vision? Why are you getting into property? What is it servicing, right? So you want to have a financial vision. And if property becomes one of the strategies to fulfill that financial vision, then you get into property. So you need a lot of self-determination, right? Do you know your values, your priorities? Will you be able then to be able to, you know, sort of, you know, align yourself with the investment that you are getting yourself into? So I think really self-determination, self-awareness, very important before you actually get into the investment. Otherwise, you get there because everybody's doing it. Remember, we are head animals.
True.
So you hear everybody's investing in property.
That's what we like to do.
And then you get there and you're disappointed, right?
Because why are they going to Mavis's shop?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
She actually had a proper business plan.
Right.
So, Kevin, I want to start. I'm sorry if I'm going to feel like I'm repetitive here, but I want us to make it clear as possible for Rabantu, because when we say property investment, so sikhuluma ngelendi lana asikhulumi ngezindlu kuphela. So ngicela uchazela abantu bethu yiphi le property? Is it movable property? Is it yiphi le property okhuluma ngayo?
All right. So look, the kunama shares, you know, so there's property shares, Babizama REITs, which you can invest in.
Yeah.
So technically is where kunama company, where property, aya builder, but bafuna imali.
Yes.
Right. So thina kufana nama property stock fair.
Yes.
Ama property stock fair aqale kanjalo. Ukuthi no
Sifake
man
imali,
yazi
siya
sifake
invest.
every month. But asifuni necessarily look owner a tangible asset efana ne property. But isifuna land inkomo
returns
every month. So that is from a shares perspective. Then you have the physical property where it can be an Airbnb. So these are short-term rentals.
Okay.
So umuntu uyeza for one night uyahamba or a week, and that's short-term. And then
Okay.
long-term is where somebody asks, no, ngifuna ukuhlala for 12 months.
Okay.
And then uzosign a lease for that.
Okay.
But there's a number of things as well. I mean, kunama warehousing.
There's
you know,
land as
There's
well.
land as well. And Konamaji, I mean, even the rural areas are becoming a hot thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, because now you see ama retailers are going there in that space and exploring. So there's a number of things that actually, I mean, even Amaland graveyards these days. This is like property now. It's
Absolutely.
an asset. Yeah.
And sizokhuluma ngazo because ngiyazi lokishini khona oma sebezakhela ama backroom lapha bayazi ukuthi yazini this is the investment route abahamba ngam. We're going to talk about it more after the break. Ukhumbule futhi my lines will be wide open. Stay tuned for more after the break. Bukali, welcome back. Izingcingo zethu-ke njengoba ngipromisile before Careful, they are wide open. So ungasithinta la studio to interact with us on 0117140671, alternatively 0117140672. Sikhona ku WhatsApp 0608449857 or wena usithumele imbono yakho ku consumer@sabc.co.za noma ungasithole lapha ku Facebook as well as Twitter. Sikhuluma ngama property investment, mbukeli hayi ukuthi sisho indlu. Ungacabanga ukuthi sikhuluma ngendlu mesithi property investments, sikhuluma ngeland, ngama-business onga-investa kuwona nje. Ziningi izinto onga-investa kuzona njengoba ekhona uBut Gavin Mkhabela, who's a property investment strategist la e-studio alongside uDr. Mavis Mazura, who's a behavioral specialist. All right, so let's talk about bengifuna ukubuza lezi zinto Gavin before siya kwilokhuzana kwiKhefu. Township backroom property is a booming market right now, right? Yeah. So let's talk about the pros and cons as well as the trends and insights, Ms. Kuduma kule market. And is it advisable for everybody to go this route? Because Sis Mavis was saying earlier on, Uguti, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but once we see somebody succeeding in whatever venture that they've started, we all automatically have that understanding that if I also do the same thing, business is going to be booming as well. So is this the recommended route to go for abantu abaqala, especially first-time property buyers? And who is it most suited for ukuthi aye kule route ye backroom property business?
I think that the nice thing about property investment, it doesn't necessarily have classes,
yes,
because it's money. It's like saying, if I make 1,000, it caters for a certain people.
True.
So the entry aspect of it, it depends affordability But I would say township, I mean, it's still a very lucrative market.
True.
On the basis of, when you invest in property, there are a number of things you should consider. Especially your cost element.
True.
Because ungabona income, but for example, if you buy a sectional title, because remember you're buying in a community.
Yes.
Kunama levies.
Yes.
And a lot of the times we are seeing a problem around that because abantu, they don't cater for
ama levies.
Yes. And then umuntu mase all of a sudden the bill is sitting at 55,000.
And uyakhishwa ngisho endlini for not paying your levies. That's how bad it is.
So it depends where are you in terms of maybe your financial resources, but it's very important to understand our property investment classes.
Yeah.
Because, for example, kunama multi-lets. So multi-lets is most of the time you have a house or you have a flat and it's subdivided.
Cottages,
and then there's multiple families in there. So in that, you don't rely on one tenant.
Yes.
Whereas if maybe it's a townhouse, it's a one person that you rely on. If angakbhadali, it's a problem. And sometimes abantu realize yes, it might be cheap to buy it, but your cost element again might be a lot. So you are not making a profit. You actually need to supplement from your own pocket.
Because there's maintenance, gas, utilities, and all those things, and they fall upon you as the investor or the owner of the property.
And they skip a month, or if you have one tenant, then you have a problem. So you have to consider. So that is why I also recommend, get a coach. And I know a lot of the times these things are costly. That's why we also, relaxed it. We have free consultations that people can come to us, and then we can be able to advise accordingly.
Because I think, let me just put this example out there. We saw also the furores, Mavis, Dr. Mavis as well, around, the boom around student accommodation and the issues that followed thereafter. I'm going to leave that in the news for now. Dr. Mavis, let's talk about this. In such community-based wealth accrual options, then talking about your township, ama backroom and whatnot. I mean, you're dealing directly here with your clients and everything. What are some of the things that you mentally need to know or which you need to be ready about? For example, Kevin was just saying, if you have one tenant, if they don't pay at the end of the month, most of the time also in these, the informal agreements whereby there's nothing binding. Umuntu uzongena ayiphumele uzofica kwi house to let engasakhokhanga nerent.
I think also blurry sort of boundaries.
Absolutely.
So you're living with someone in your back room.
Yes.
You end up allowing them to come and watch your TV.
You're using common areas.
You're using common areas, and then you start also having someone who's maybe now using your groceries. We've heard stories like that. Okay, somebody says, "Oh, I have a tenant now. They're using my groceries and they're not paying." So I think there's those risks where the boundaries become very blurry. So I think it's important to just really have a conversation around, just have a contract in writing. Right, or a lease in writing. Make sure that is there. Otherwise, a lot of the times it's a verbal agreement. Oh, you're going to give me 5,000 rand, and then if I say, oh, I can give you 1,000 this week, and I'll give you 2,000 next week.
Yes.
So there's that
understanding.
Yeah, understanding.
Gentleman's agreement.
Gentleman's agreement. we are living in the same communal, and also just us as black people.
Socio-economic issues as well.
Issues, but also just relationally, ubuntu. Like you then want to take on this person and build a relationship with them and forget that you need to build a client relationship, not a personal relationship.
Gavin, I want us to go back to this also in talking about the different types as well as options. Let's talk more about where people can actually benefit more as a group, whereby a single individual doesn't have the capital per se to go and start an investment on their own. We had a show here, I think it's about a couple of years ago. There was a group of gentlemen who were starting a property stokvel.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far it is now, but there were issues inherent there and there. And you know what I mean? We're not going to get into it. But I mean, there are such options whereby you can come together as a group. But then Mavis is going to talk about how important trust when you establish such a relationship is.
Yeah, look, I mean, we do have actually success stories around our property stokvels. So I also coach around it. But the first aspect that I normally talk about is the structure. Because remember, Guti, when sinama stokvel, we'll keep imali nje kuphela every month.
Yes.
That one, it's straightforward.
It's straightforward.
500, and then siyazi ukuthi ne-30,000, and then uyangikolota.
There's no additional costs.
Here we are talking about an asset. So in an asset point of view, you now have issues as far as ownership. Because now, when you now have an ownership aspect, siyahlangana, right? So maybe you are married, and you are married in community
of property.
Right. Immediately when we now purchase an asset, a property, all of a sudden,
my husband is liable.
Exactly, and then maybe Naming is an ezami lapo. So there's 10 of us, we have all of these issues. Now, one of us passes on.
That's another
It's a problem, because remember, there's an estate aspect of things. So that is why we also introduce things such as trusts, that people can bring in. So a trust is where you can set it up. The nice thing about a trust is that it's not attached to you personally.
A single individual, yes.
So we can then also have a governance aspect of things to say, okay, within this trust, this is how we're going to set up. So if umuntu wakho uhambile angazi azozalakithi atufuni into at this present moment, there are kunomigomo that we need to follow based on what the trust deed says. And then instead of us maybe buying in our names jointly, let us maybe buy in a company. But it's also a legacy thing, remember, because I normally say, think about it.
To things, of course.
Yes, but it's also now to say generationally, imagine if we create these things. This could be our kids who are now inheriting entities. So there's a lot of things that needs to happen in that aspect. Constitutions needs to be proper.
So rigorous consultation in this regard when you're going the group route. Yes. It needs to be seriously considered. Yeah. All right, let's hold that point. Sis Mavis, Dr. Mavis, I keep saying this is Mavis. Dr. Mavis, you're going to comment after this break in terms of we're going to take another quick ad break. My lines are wide open. Sikhuluma ngama property investments la izinto ekumele uzazi nezinto ekungamele uzenze. Mbukeli, welcome back to Ilungelo Lakho. Sisaxoxa ke ngeindaba ezimnandi ama options onawo wena ke mungahlangana phela nesaka nje elincane lemali uthola ukuthi usufuna ukuyibiza lento ekuthiwa i-property investor. Sicebisa ke ngokuthi iziphi igaba ekumele uyithathe nabantu ekumele ukhulume nabo, most importantly, so that ungayitholi usuthathwa otsotsi bekuthathela imali or wena usuluza your whole investments. My guest today, Gavin Mkhabelo, who's a property investment strategist at GavShaw International, alongside Dr. Mavis Mazura, who's a behavioral specialist. Okay, Mbukani, let's go to the lines as we ask again. Says Ivuliwa 011-714-0671 or 011-714-0672. Sithathe uQondi all the way in Queenstown. Qondi, a very good afternoon to you. So I'm going to tell you, Singakusiza njani namhlanje? Molo sisiqondi njani?
Molo Alician.
Uhle kantoni sisiqondi? Molo uphilile?
Ndiphilile njani wena?
Ndiphilile sisiqondi, thatha nathi singakunceda njani?
Ngiyona in this property investment, ne?
Ewe mama.
Ifuna ukuthi menza a piece of land, a vacant piece of land that is service. Now I want to lease it out to somebody who's going to develop it. How do you go about it? And how am I going to select it from there? If I'm leasing it, I'm not selling it, I'm leasing it out to somebody who's going to develop it. Maybe build something on that land.
Okay. All right. So you want
to... How do I select it?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right, sisiqondi. Enkosi kakhulu ngalo mbuzo. Kevin,
maybe how do I lease out the vacant land?
How do you?
How do I lease out the vacant land that is service?
Oh,
for development.
For
so
development.
That I also invest in that land.
Okay, all right, I guess it's gone. Ungabamba kancinci lapho in case we want to ask something. Put Gavin very quickly. Uyamuzwa ukuthi the gist of her question. She wants to move out and leave that land to be developed. Ungamsiza kanjani?
So I think kuleyo ndawo it would also depend ukuthi ilende enjani.
Indawo enjani sisiqondi?
It's service, no, it's urban. It's service land that is urban.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Askuva kahle sis. Yeah, because Askuva kahle, your line is a bit it's a bit unstable. So it's in an urban area and it's land nje that it's your personal land.
It's my personal land, not all the property.
Okay.
Personal land that is service.
All right.
That is not developed.
Okay, sisiqondi. All right, we're going to try.
No intention to sell it, but lease it out for investment.
Oh, I see. Okay, sisiqondi. All right. All right, we're going to try and answer you. Failing which, we're also going to see panning a number yakho kuma specialist wethu namhlanje. Put Kevin. Singamsiza njani sisiqondi?
Yeah. So I think obviously kule kunama dynamics amaningi. You know, where is it? Is it closer to traffic? But what I'll also advise people to do, because sesinabo ama organization afana nabo TAF,
yes,
you know, these programs called Abo Mastandi, you know, whereby people can go there and ask for land. You know, because they finance.
Yes.
Yeah, they help you to finance. Because land can also be very tricky.
It's very tricky with zoning and municipal issues as well.
I'm a developer.
Yes. Also, there's a land that's another thing.
You understand that? Yeah. So I think normally in cases like that, I will advise about TAF, or you know, maybe they can also like Sikona to advise as well. But you need to understand where is it, because I think there's also this notion where people think, because I've land, it's usable, it's great. Oh, you understand? Yeah, so it also depends, because amanye actually told anama business right.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So those things that you can then try to find out from your local municipality, because again, remember, there was these you know, processes where people were given land.
Yes.
Yes, but abantu abazi unginikeza umhlaba angazi ukuthi kuyenzakalani.
When
And
ubona
unfortunately, there's
kufancy where you want to occupy.
Yes, and unfortunately, I mean, you know, there's not a lot of education around these things. Abanye abantu bahlala nama mineral rights in other areas without even knowing all of
No,
these
but
things.
we've also seen, I mean, I'm sure this is, angazi isikhathi kangaki manje Kevin ngenza the example ukuthi you see it now in these formerly rural areas where sugarcane was mostly planted. Abantu sebebekiwe lapho amakhansela, but it was supposed to be done by inkosi and but quantity surveyors are not going there to check if these lands and indawo lezi is actually supposed to be you know, habitable.
Yes.
So basithola bekuma floodlines abantu all the time. So there's a lot of education that needs to go into this thing. So Sis Mavis, man, I mean, let's go to this then. How can then, what could go wrong? Let's say umuntu has got money, wants to go out, wants to invest, has not asked the relevant questions. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, so we've seen a lot of people lose their money, right? So if you actually don't seek for the relevant help, you can go with scammers. There are a lot of scammers in property development or even property buying everywhere. Right? So if you don't actually seek the right sort of help, but also even, you know, if you don't have the right level of literacy in property, without, you were talking about getting a coach, which is very important. So you would think with the basic knowledge you have in maybe buying your own house, you can use the same basic knowledge to get into property investment. It's not the same. It's not the same. So you're going to need to actually get some coaching. So you're going to need to get some, to improve your own literacy around property investment. So I think that is, if you don't, chances are you can make a mistake. You're not negotiating for the property. You buy a property that is too expensive. You buy in the location that can depreciate instead of it appreciating. We did talk about appreciation, but it can also depreciate. We've got locations where your property can actually depreciate.
Yes,
so there are a lot of those things that can go.
Abantu that are putting up squatter camps right behind properties
That's
and so
it.
forth.
And also emergence fund. So you can go and put all your money there and forget that, you know, property is not as liquid.
So basically what you're saying here, Mavis, is that one needs to go into this investment with a clear mindset. Yoguti, it's a win or lose. It's a 50-50 situation. I can invest money, I can also lose it at the same time, whereas I'm just going to pray for the better.
I think with guidance, you can't do it 50-50. With guidance, that statistic changes.
Your statistic
But if you go on your own, then maybe
then
it's
it's 40-30. Kevin, let's talk about this. I mean, I'm sure you heard when we started the show, PPEA lapaya was saying buyer's market, it is a buyer's market, it's about 11% entry, right? PPRA was saying it's 11% entry since it's a buyer's market. So right now we understand the capex rate in South Africa is currently 11% for commercial versus 5% then for residential. But to layman, it has
So I think it's being a prime rate.
Please.
Because we
understand.
Yes. So remember, if you own a mali, you're taking a property.
Yes.
And then you rely on a bank.
Loan.
Yes. So if bank, it's a business. We normally forget that. So buying the mali interest. True. Yeah, because uti bank, okay, uzagimi, and then from tenga layo property. Imalini 500,000. Okay, akunankinga. Ngizothatha le 500 nginikeze isela and then wena nayi property yakho. But you still owe me the money, angisho. But now I need to make money as a bank from that perspective.
Yes.
So I'm going to make it nge-interest. Charge yona. Now interest, it also goes nge-behavior actually, right? Because they look at what your financial behavior is.
So it's specific. It's not like an industrialized
type of approach. No. So when I'm I'm going
to take another quick ad break. We're back shortly after this. Bukeli, welcome back. Our studio lines are still open for you. Ukuthi phela usishayele ucingo 0117140671, alternatively 7140672. WhatsApp us 0608449857. You can also send us ama videos bakithi kuleyo number yethu ye WhatsApp 0608449857. Noma usithumele email, noma usithole lapha ku Facebook or ku Twitter. All right, so Kevin, we're talking about something very important before siya ku-Ikhefu. Ngicela uqedele insizwa because then we can move forward. We're talking about capital nokuthi umuntu kahle kahle kumele azazi ukuthi ukungena since kuthiwa njengoba manje kuyisikhathi nje esiripe ukuthi mufuna uku-investa kuma properties ungangena uyo-invest.
Yeah. So I was talking about indaba ye bond. You know, when you go to the bank uthole a bond. So our interest that you'll get are very, very important. And that is why we always need to be careful ukuthi si conduct kanjani ama finances wethu. So maloku reverse ama debit order.
Akuzukulungela.
Maloku wena uyawubhadali ubani bani ujumpa in uyabona iba inkinga, especially mines aku property because imoto it becomes simple ukuthola.
Oh yeah, kunama options amaningi kakhulu kabi lapha.
But the property, remember, it's a long-term investment. So ibhangi want to make sure that at the end of the day they are making the right decision.
So first of all, you need to be clean. You need to have your ducks in a row. Your credit scores need to be
650.
What if ngizwinela ilotho Kevin, and then I want to invest low mali kulokuzana? Why ngathi uyas-discriminate?
No. No, it's fine. It's just that, remember, Oguti, when you invest in property, there's an element of tax that comes into play.
Okay.
Because remember,
how does it work?
Income
yes.
from the tenant.
Yes.
So if it's paid cash, your expenses obviously become less.
Obviously, yeah.
And then you make a profit. So if profit maiza, usaris ufuni mali yakho.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but remember also ukuthi mawufaka e-cash, you know, you're just locking that money into that investment. Whereas ngebhangi, let's say you leverage.
Yes.
You know, let's say if I have $1 million, right? I can actually put deposits on 5 properties. The 200.
But then that's where you come in to advise me.
Yes.
In one bag.
Exactly,
okay, hold that thought again, but Kevin, I want to go back to the lines. Ngithathe uBut Marcus lapha eQonce, all the way in the Eastern Cape. But Marcus, inkosi babubamba ucingo. Welcome to Ilungelo Lakho. Singakunceda njani today?
Sifini njani?
Siphilile unjani mama?
Sikhona.
Ewe tata.
Bese mamela ngicela ukuza ne?
Ewe.
Ndikhulele ku rural area ndenze into engekhona ndafunda khona.
Ewe tata.
Nase university ndayanda ndikhulela ku rural area ne?
Yeah, tata.
Ndaba ukukhula ndafumana umsebenzi ndaba ndenze into zethenda ndaba ne-property zami zisezilalini ne? Ndithetha bo-Shoprite Save, bo indawo yokuhlala abantwana isilethe indawo zesikolo ne?
Ewe tata.
Manje, in case of death, can I go back to those things ne? Ngibuyele pha kweziya nkosi zase-rural area uyanthola. Ndithi ba inkosi zami, in case of death ndicala sibhale phansi ukuba mna mandingashona ngoba mna andinomfazi andithathanga zonke ezi property zami ninike umalume wami.
Okay.
Ndicela ubuza kuba abantu uhleli nabo apha estudio beproperty ne?
Okay, dad.
Lo mthetho le nto yasezinkosini ibhalwe phansi kule democracy yethu iyasetyenziswa na?
Oh, okay, tata. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ngoba thina abantu basemakhaya mane siyabethakala kwi-property zethu. Ndithi mandiswelekile kuvela abantu bangaziwayo. Ngoba mandibhale enkosini umthetho sathi ilawyer lapha eSouth Africa accept na?
We tata. Unabo abantwana tata uMarcus?
Andinabo, anditshethanga, ndifuna umalume iproperty yami.
Okay. Okay.
Andihamba emagqwetheni ndibhale kwiinkosi zasekhaya.
Okay, Tatu Makas. Enkosi Tata, enkosi kakhulu.
Okay, sir.
This is a very interesting question, right? He's got properties like fully paid off in the rural areas, and he's actually asking, he doesn't have kids and whatnot. He's asking, he's got an agreement with the chiefs that allocated him land, right? He says he's got a written agreement, very interesting, with the chiefs that upon the time of his death, everything is then transferred to his only living relative, which is his uncle. So he's asking if the law actually accepts this or recognizes this type of arrangement. He says he has not gone to the lawyers because he's not educated, but everything of his has been an agreement with the local tribal leaders that I suppose had initially allocated him that land.
Tribal land is very difficult.
It's tricky.
It's very difficult because remember, inkosi asebenzi ngokufana.
Yeah.
And remember even as well, ukuthi iland oyithola inkosini, it's not a permanent thing.
It's not.
Yeah, so if, for example, uyenza izinto ebangazithandi, they can banish you from the village and then they can take back the land. So these are some of the issues that we deal with when people come with such things. Because there is no, like, it's not registered. You can't register that thing in the deeds office. And that is why even from a financing perspective, the bank don't want to finance those properties. So yeah, it's very difficult, that one. It's really, and it's great to have them now, but you don't know. Because even nama chiefs phela omunye uyangena.
Yes, that's my concern.
Yes, because it's also now a community-based thing. Maybe the community changes certain things. It's very difficult, that one.
So Mavis, I mean, these are some of the things that people need to consider, specifically when we say, where are you investing?
Yeah.
This is a very critical and important point. Where are you putting your investment? Are you going to have issues that are now going to mushroom and actually keep you from actually accessing your investment in the future? These are some of the things you need to consider.
True. Location, we hear that all the time. Where are you, investing? But also even some of the issues we've had where you buy on auction and there's someone living in the house. There are a lot of
now
people
you have to evict
are
people.
Struggling to get into their investment because
it's a disputed property.
Yes, it's a disputed property. So all of those things. That's why guidance is important, because otherwise you can actually lose on your investment.
So in a nutshell, Gavin, what can you advise uLokhuzana, uBabu Marcus? Can he still go the legal route in this instance, but then it would have to somehow involve the tribal chiefs? Because it seems like there's some sort of understanding there. I don't know.
So look, I think what I can advise from a legal perspective,
yes,
it's very difficult. But I think in terms of the will, angabhali will.
Okay.
But I think again, maybe go to the chief, understand exactly, because I think if I hear him correctly, he has gone there and maybe bambadele something in writing.
Yes.
But that on itself, it's not.
He's asking if it's actually gonna hold. Should anything happen to him?
It's not a bulletproof
so
kind of thing.
Even something like an affidavit, I chief.
Oh, guys, affidavit, affidavit ownership by savings. Yeah.
It's a very difficult one.
Yes.
But now, you know what, but Marcus, thank you, actually for raising that point. That is something that we actually didn't even consider for this topic, and we're actually going to look into it on a broader perspective. Yes, wangidlisa amathambo engondo laphaya Babu Marcus. Okay, so Mavis, I want to come back to you. I mean, should you use debt when investing in property? I mean, that's for you, Gavin. Should you use debt when investing in property or cash purchase method? If debt, how can one use financing leverage to amplify one's property investment, as well as the pros and cons of both the debt and cash purchase methods?
So I have a saying, with cash you'll get there, but with financing you'll get there much quicker. So the reason behind that statement is that good debt, bad
debt, yes.
Yeah. So, but even with property, there's good property, there's bad.
There's bad property.
Yes. So that's why it's very, very important to understand, Uguti, how are you going to do this, you know, with the guidance?
All right.
Because that's what I was
All
saying.
right, hold that thought, Kevin. I need to quickly go back to a final break. We're having lots of fun. We're back shortly after this right now. It is our final segment talking property investment. Mangabe uthenga land uya investor wena kuma business adinga imali nihlangana ne group nifuna ukuthi nithenge izinto ezizokwazi ukuthi zakhele wena nomndeni wakho imali or generational wealth. Let's quickly go back to our lines because this is my final segment. Sithole uMamzola all the way in East London. Mamzola, enkosi mama for staying on the line. Welcome to the show. Ungasibuza umbuzo nombeka umbono today.
Umbuzo wami wokuqala.
Ewe mama.
Ngine sites about 100 sites in King Williamstown.
Yes.
With suburb, which is Catherine Heights.
Okay.
So ngizibhadi sisecertificate apho ne-services ezenziwe ngoku ndibethela ke ngoku kwi-finances to build izindlu for ukwakha.
Ewe mama.
So ndingacebisa ndifuna ukwazi udevelopha enondincedisa to develop ezaa sites about the residential area zona.
Okay, so ufuna ukwazi uba udevelopa njani kwi-residential area?
Otherwise kwi-upmarket area yaseKing Williamstown.
Okay, ma'am. All right, and then your second question?
My second question, ndithengiselwe indlu ngumuntu ndafumanisa into yobana une-arrears kwamasipala. Ngoku umasipala umane efika ezofuna umbane. So andikwazi ukufumana ke ngoku mna information yakhe kwamasipala akandiniki zi-real figure azikowutshayo.
Okay.
Ndenza kanjani?
Okay, xa uthatha naye mama uthini yena xa umxelela uba kukho idethi phaa?
Xa ndithetha naye ndisithi kukho idethi phaya utshone evela.
Okay, mama.
Utshone evela but ke nam ndiziphandele ngelaa hlobo uba zizithini ityala plus 1 million. I-agreement yethu siyabhatala namanzi nge-rest to buy. Ngoku andazi aba mandiqhubeleke na but sendiyibhatekile almost 3 million. Property leyo.
Okay ke Mamzola. All right mama ngicela umamele lapho kumabonakude wakho. If singakhona ukukunceda today sizophasa inumber yakho to my guest today. Kevin, singam-assista kanjani? The first question, she wants to ufuna ukudevelop lapha in a residential King Williamstown.
Yeah.
It is.
So I think I'll go back to that about half,
Yes.
you know, must-stand.
Okay, so she needs to just familiarize herself with our municipal bylaws and zoning issues.
Yeah, because
okay.
The nice
but
thing.
What is the best office then to find out about this property that she wants to develop? Ayakban. Body corporate, does she go to uMaspala? Does she go to Ilokuzana, the PPRA? Where does she go?
So I think if I get a question like correctly what she was saying,
yeah,
Ogoti, she probably already owns these pieces, pockets of lands, if I'm getting the question correctly.
Yeah.
So on that, ownership.
Yeah.
Because I think the nice, what's very important, Ogoti, abantu that will finance you,
yes.
Through that must-stand thing, they want ownership.
Okay.
So I can't be like communal land, or ilendeka somebody else.
Oh, yes.
You understand?
Okay.
So it's ownership, because remember, Oguti, title deed layer becomes the security.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so that's very important for people to know.
Okay.
So I think, especially at TAF, I think they're doing a lot of work, you know, with Eastern Cape, everywhere.
Okay,
yeah,
but she can consult you guys.
Then we can point them to the...
Okay, and then a very quick one on the municipal debt, because it was supposed to have been negotiated before the agreement was actually signed.
Futhi ngiyayibona leyo, because the way it sounds, right, it sounds like ngathi ayizange ehambe ngomgomo right.
She's renting to buy. She's in the property.
Yeah. So because at the end of the day, if kune offer to purchase, it means that kunesvumelwane.
Exactly.
I'm buying the property.
You are taking everything else
then
off my...
kube ne conveyancer that comes into the place. Because conveyancer will then pull out the report, yokuthi what is the outstanding amount.
Okay.
And that is why we also need to check ukuthi indlu engiyithengayo it is not owing more than the value of the property.
The value of the property.
Which makes it,
all right,
not
Kevin,
worth it.
Unfortunately, sasiphelelwe isikhathi. Sis Mavis, ungasho one word nje to amalokuzana ama viewers wethu, your word of advice before we part with big money.
So I think coaching is important. Get the guidance. Don't go to it on your own. Otherwise, you risk losing your own finances. And I know there's the loss aversion where you feel like if I put 33,000 towards coaching, it's a loss. But you're not calculating the gains. The gains are much more than the loss that you are imagining at that point. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much to my guest today. Ben Xabisa-ke lapho babukela ukuthi yazini ngcono uyibeke le mali yama consultation fees nama consultants so that uzokwazi ukuthi imali yakho ne-investment yakho is very safe. Let's extend another thank you to my guest today, Gavin Mkhabela, a property investment strategist from GevShaw International, alongside Dr. Mavis Mazura, behavioral specialist. I don't know what I'm going to call you next time when you visit us, Dr. Mavis, with a PhD now, with everything else. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you also for participating. Next week with another live consumer affairs discussion. Konada ku SABC 1 Mzansi for sure from Umajali. Mthanda nonke emakhaya. Bye bye.